Hello and welcome to the Lund University International Podcast. On the show, you'll hear from current students, alumni, teachers, and many more special guests as we explore what it's really like to live and study in Lund. My name's Meg, and I work with our global student recruitment team. Today, we're going behind the scenes of an incredible innovation story that started right here at Lund. Our guest is an innovation coach and an international student who turned a deeply personal experience into a groundbreaking solution for indoor training. Her project, SensoryWind, brings the feeling of outdoor cycling indoors through natural wind simulation, and it's already making waves in the fitness world. We'll talk about what SensoryWind is, how it works, and what it felt like to win the Future Innovation Award 2025. You'll hear about the journey from idea to prototype, the support provided by LU Innovation and professors in shaping the project, and the challenges faced along the way. Plus, we'll explore what's next for SensoryWind and hear advice for other international students with big ideas. Stay tuned. This is a story of creativity, resilience, and the power of innovation at Lund University. Welcome to my two guests. If you guys could start off by introducing yourself. What's your name? Where are you from? Your background?
My name is Feiyu Wu, for my name. I'm from China, and I'm the founder and the CEO of SensoryWind. I actually had 2 masters in Lund University.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the first one is industrial design, and currently I'm having management at LUCEM.
Okay, perfect. And our other guests?
So my name is Nicolas Arriagada, but I go by Nicolas. I'm from Chile originally. I came here when I was 10 with my family. I have a background in, I did a bachelor's in entrepreneurship and business development, as well as a master's in sustainability, social change, and innovation at Växjö, so Lund University. So I'm not a Lund University student myself, so still struggling a little bit with finding around. And I work at LU Innovation as head of student innovation and innovation coach. It's why here.
Yeah, and we're going to be hearing a little bit more about that later. But to start, Faye, if you were to describe SensoryWind in one sentence, just as a pitch sort of, how would you describe it to the listeners?
There's an elevator pitch. I would say SensoryWind is a smart natural airflow system that simulates the natural wind outside and is synchronized with your cycling speed, just to bring outdoor biking experience indoor.
But that's such a cool... Can I ask, how did you get this idea? Like, what kind of sparked that idea for you?
Oh, that's actually coming from a very personal story. My grandpa, he used to be a farmer, and he actually had a stroke 8 years ago. And it spent him 6 months confined indoors to get to recover of his body.
Yeah.
But then he needed to have the rehabilitation therapy. But the therapy itself was so boring, and his arm was keep pulled by the machines.
Yeah.
And finally he gave up, and now he have to lay on bed forever. That's the time when I think there must have something need to be changed for the indoor movement. And that's the idea of bringing natural airflow coming from.
That's so beautiful that you found that in your daily life, and now you're bringing that to other people who need it. That's amazing.
Yeah. I won't bring the experience which he never had a chance to experience. But if I can motivate one people, even one day longer in the rehabilitation training, it will make our project meaningful for me.
That is so awesome to hear. And I see that it was meaningful for many, as you appear to have been chosen for an award, the Future Innovation Award of 2025.
Yes.
Maybe, Nicolas, you could tell us a little bit about what that award is and just as a background.
Yeah. So that award is in collaboration with Sparbanken, where we kind of celebrate innovation at Lund University, both researchers and students that we think have an amazing idea, and that we, of course, want to celebrate with getting a grant that can be used towards the project. It could be whatever the project decides to use. But in basics, it's just premiering the best innovation at the university of the recent years. And SensoryWind was one of the applicants. And we have external jury that decided that she was one of the finalists to get the award. Her amongst others winners. And I think for me as a coach, it was, of course, amazing to see 2 of my projects up on stage and pitching since I've been with Faye from the beginning. So for me as a coach, it was, kind of my kids winning, like, yay. But of course, it's different for Faye, I guess.
How did it feel for you?
It feels real. Like I can still remember on 2024, I was in the audience and seeing the previous winner pitching there. I see, wow, what a brilliant idea they brought to the stage. And it would be amazing if I can be on the stage maybe in 5 years. That's the time when I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I could have imagined then next year SensoryWind are the one pitching on the stage. That make everything become gathering together, like the day and the night prototyping, testing failed.
Yeah.
And the milestone reach, that everything come together.
I mean, I think it's so cool because I think for a lot of us, especially younger students, when we're thinking, oh, we have this great idea, I think all the time about how Oatly, was a Lund innovation. And I think, man, how do you even get from we should make milk out of oats and we should market it a very certain way all the way to, a product on the shelves. So that process, you keep saying that you're a coach, Nicolas. So I would love to hear more about how you found LU Innovation and then how that coaching process kind of works between the two of you.
Yeah, cool.
Let's start from my master thesis supervisor.
Yeah.
After I finished diving deep into simulating natural airflow, my supervisor, Associate Professor Trans from Thermal Comfort, he said, you should really push your project forward. Try LU Innovation. They will turn your idea into real business idea.
Yeah.
And then I come to LU Innovation, and where I met Nicolas and Thomas.
Yeah, so we have first meetings with students where it's very casual. They get to talk a little bit about what they want to do. And some of the cases, it's they come with an idea or just some drawings on a paper. With Fei, was different because she had a master thesis.
A whole thesis.
So it was kind of I didn't read the whole thing, but I remember I always remember that the first customer was astronauts, right? The ones that. So it's very different from where we started. Like it was, and that's a little bit of the journey that we're thinking. Like, okay, astronauts, it's a very niche customer base. Yeah. But of course, that's one of the journeys that and how we collaborated. Okay, so this is what it was from the beginning. But okay, so it's a lot about the problem, right? So who has this problem that you're trying to solve, right? It was about the bringing in outdoors, indoors.
Yeah.
In space, fine, but maybe it's a little bit niche, hard market to get into, connecting NASA. So where can we do the same, but more here, more local? Where can we find the problem?
That's very important because at that time, my brain is squeezed with loads of ideas and I don't know where to start. And with the help of Nicolas, then I can prioritize the stuff we should do next step. Then just to pick one, start working on that. That will reduce a lot of pressure for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of somebody to help you gather all those ideas in one place and then kind of know what the next steps are.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what I do is just ask annoying questions. Question a lot, like ask why, because usually, and be comfortable with silence because sometimes it takes a while to answer, and then you just sit there quiet, and then like, oh, because of this. So my work is really just getting out what Fei wants to do by asking her questions and trying to, of course, also by guiding with how other projects have done and been coaching Fei for what is now 2 years or something like that. We can use her as an example. Like, how did she do when we get other projects that are maybe in the same market or international students that come from your program? So it's all of these success stories we always try to really nourish and really use for future students that are interested in innovation.
Yeah. And I'm curious now because you said that you started with the idea of astronauts and obviously we ended up with indoor cycling. So what was that process like? How did you decide to go that way?
Oh, that's because one investor told me, hey, you should go to a gym. It has larger market compared to astronaut. I love the story. You start from astronaut, but they forget about it.
Yeah.
Go to gym.
Yeah.
And then I start thinking, why gym? And like Nicolas keep asking, why gym? Who you want to sell? Why they pay to you?
Yeah.
And it took me around 1 month to finally figure out why we can have profit in these segmentations. Once we settle down, then we start pushing forward.
So how does your product work then at the gym? Like if I were to sit down and use it at a gym?
Yeah, you can see it at the spinning classroom in Yedahallen. You just take the fan and we had already set the support on the bike. So you can easily put the fan on the bike and rotate the angle, change the angle, then start to use it.
Okay. Jordalhallen, for our listeners, is one of the larger gyms in Lund, so that's awesome that you've got a niche there.
It's amazing.
And I've taken spinning classes without the fan, so now I'm tempted to go back.
Yeah, it's the worst. It gets so hot in those rooms. So
it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Especially when you pair it with the kind of visual of like they have these little tracks that you follow along with. So I think, it's just another sense to keep it going. As far as turning your idea into a prototype, could you give us like a little bit of a timeline of how long that took and maybe like some difficulties you faced and how you overcame those?
I think the biggest problem is how to find a balance between flexibility. Like people need to fix the fan on the bike, but also provide the stability.
Yeah.
Because people were shaking the machines.
Yeah, we do.
The fan will shaking crystal. And the fan itself needs to look stable so users feel safe to use that. But actually, it's not that easy to do that. And we actually had loads of meeting with Razorback engineer here in Lund, luckily, and they help us a lot. Another problem is we want our machine adapt on diverse aerobic machines like treadmills. We also see the potential. But how to develop the support, adapt on these diverse machines, also the problem. So we still dig out to find out the results.
And as far as, because it sounds like maybe you've had help from all sorts of different people, does LU Innovation help that, connecting with other resources as well?
So I mean, the journey with SensoryWind is very like any other project that we've had. So it's a lot about, okay, so who has this problem? Of course, it was astronauts from the beginning. And then we kind of, after many meetings, okay, we want to try to focus on gyms, fitness industry, right? And we supported with test grant for Feiyu the first time. We have different type of grants for students.
Yeah.
One of which is the earliest called test grant, which is up to 20,000 SEK that you can apply to. Which is called free money because of course we use it to support. But in order to get that money, you need to do some research, right? So everything is based on assumptions. Like Feiyu, we said, okay, we think that gyms are interested. Or we think that people struggle with that. It's super hot inside. There's no air. How do we check this? How do we validate the ideas? So there's a lot about Feiyu going to gyms, talking to people, getting people interested. Is there something here? Then when she did that and kind of put it together, she came back to us or to me as a coach and said, okay, so there is something here. How can we test this? Okay, we need to build a prototype. And they applying for grants so that we can provide her with the funding so that she, as a student, maybe you don't have a lot of money. So 20,000 SEK is that is a lot of money for a student, right?
Yeah.
So we can help with that. And then you order some things and then we got to prototyping. I remember the first prototype that we saw, it was horrible. It was a lot of cables everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a dangerous prototype. Yeah.
Very fragile.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice that you can both openly admit that, right?
Yeah, I remember the pictures. There was a lot of cables hanging around and now we obviously you don't have it with you, but in comparison to then, the MVP or prototype that you have now, it's completely different.
Yes. Yeah.
Totally different.
Did you imagine it coming this far when you started with this idea? Did you think you were going to get to this point? Did you know you wanted to get to this point?
I think as long as I never give up, I will reach this point, no matter long time. I will finally reach there.
Yeah. And do you think there's still room for more improvement?
Of course. Our customer keeps saying, the rotation angle is not large enough. I'm so tall. It only reaches my neck, not my face. Please make it better. And we keep improving based on customers' feedback. And yeah.
I was a former international student myself, and it's really incredible in Sweden how much they do support entrepreneurship and innovation. And it's really important in an area like this to have that sort of support and network. So it's very cool that LU Innovation is able to offer that, especially to students who are, only have been here for maybe a few years before they start this journey.
Yeah.
Another question is, I saw that you guys had a few special events that you also got to demo at, Spinnovation Demo Days. Can you talk about those a little bit?
And actually, we met Razorback engineer, the company helping us developing a prototype at Demo Day, where we officially show our prototype, my crazy cable product there, and they see the potential and decide to doing the collaboration.
Okay.
Yeah, and how I met with Jordalhallen, that's because of Spinnovation. That's the activity held between LU Innovation and the Jordalhallen. So I got the chance to pitch to Anne Huellet, the instructor there, the spinning instructor there.
Yeah.
And she's very nice, and she said yes. And I think the reason why she said yes so quickly, not only because my project, but also because of the credibility of LU Innovation, they know we're a part of that. So I would say these two events activities are the turning points for SensoryWind.
Yeah. We also another event that you post that you were at the fitness festival on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's another thing that we also we can help out with. So if you have, for example, a fair that you want to go to, or there's a lot of customers or potential customers that you want to go and test, then we brought SensoryWind there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And where we got the chance to meet more gym chain like Nordic Wellness, Actic, and SOTS, of course. So we got more chance to exposure our product.
Yeah, and Tech Arena, which you're going to in a month or two. Yeah.
Yes.
Where will that take place?
Stockholm.
Oh.
That's a fancy place.
Yeah.
I was like in a dream when I first attending there.
Yeah, it's like the Scandinavia's biggest tech event for startups, investors, and companies.
How cool is that?
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so we bring every year, we try to go to Tech Barbecue, Tech Arena. We bring startups from the incubator. So this year we're bringing around 5 researcher projects and 5 students. It's a lot about bringing the community together because you have a PhD or, and then they come together with students. And that classroom teacher is different, but at that point they're just entrepreneurs, and it's like a super good vibe to bring them together and go to Tech Arena and be in Stockholm and just network.
I was going to say, being an entrepreneur, I feel like sounds kind of like a lonely journey sometimes. So does LU Innovation provide opportunities for you to meet with other people who are as part of the LU Innovation team? And
yeah, I think so. When you become part of LU Innovation, you get access to the incubator. So we have an incubator, which is located at X Lab, where we have around 15 to 20 projects, both researchers and students. And it's really more, it's an kind of office where you can go to work, so you don't have to be like laying in your bed and working. So it's a more go to work feeling. But what's most important is the community. We have super early projects and projects that already have paying customers. So if you go in there and you're something in between, you can talk to somebody that either is going to do the journey, is doing the same journey as you, or has done the journey, so they can give you feedback. So I don't know what you feel, but community there is super good.
Well, we also seeking collaborations.
Yeah.
Like previously, we tried to conduct a survey, the user survey. Then we collaborate with Moost Energy.
Yeah.
They produce the Apple Moost, and we collaborate. They give samples to the people who answer our survey and follow their Instagram, and we also get the answers where people participate in it. So it's win-win collaborations.
so, and apple juice, basically. So it's another innovator who's in your incubator with you, and you guys have combined SensoryWind and apple juice.
Yeah, so their innovation is they are the first Swedish company doing Moost Energy. So it's apple mousse, but energy. So it's 99.9% fruit. So it's pretty much still like a healthier option to Nocco and Celsius.
Okay.
I met them at it was like a super short innovation course where they were doing like a few weeks to make an idea. I was there as a jury because we do a lot of things to help the classes in the university.
Yeah.
And they were there pitching, and I got to try their juice, and I was like, oh, this is hella good.
Very good.
Yeah. So I gave them my business card, like, you should contact me, and then we can maybe. And then it was just like, and they didn't talk to me for maybe 6 months. And then he took a master's and continued with that idea. And now they have a business. They are in different hotels in Stockholm. They are in IKEA, Coop. They created a new food class for Moost Energy, which is a new. It's going super well.
But that's so sweet that you guys get to work together. Like this company and these people you never would have had a chance to meet if you weren't both part of LU Innovation.
Exactly.
And do you feel like you also kind of, as you have younger people coming in with ideas that are just starting, do you feel like you've also kind of taken on a mentorship role?
Yeah, sometimes they don't, if they don't have very long questions for Nicolas, we probably will discuss together. Like I can give maybe some my personal experience or my insights. If it's me, how will you approach this? And some of them are very anxious about the investment.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Of course, investment is not the only thing. So,
But I think it's super important to have entrepreneurs like Fei at the incubator and with LU Innovation, because we see a huge dip when it comes to female entrepreneurs and non-binary, that we have a lot of first meetings with them, but it's harder for them or for us to keep them in the long term, right? So if we can give examples of what Fei and other entrepreneurs that we have at the incubator, like, can go talk to them. How did they do? What are they doing? I think it's super good to have a role model, so that you don't go in and it's just a bunch of dudes, in a place. You want to see that diversity.
Yeah.
And that is super important, that we can have these examples of female success stories that has gone somewhere.
yeah.
So for the students that are listening, if they wanted, when they hopefully eventually get to Lund, how can they get involved in SensoryWind?
Well, we are currently looking for interns and or master thesis doing collaboration. Like we need VR AR students helping us developing virtual nature scenario for our wind system. And also we need marketing interns and the sales interns helping us approaching the gene chain. And so loads of opportunities, but I would say I would not set the boundaries in who we want, but whoever interested in changing the indoor movement, very welcome to come, and there's definitely a place for you guys.
Oh, how amazing. So
Yes.
you don't necessarily have to have your own big idea to be part of this, to be part of SensoryWind or even LU Innovation. You can go and support others.
Yes, of course. So, I mean, we have a lot of startups and projects that are always looking for people, right? So it could be there is a very technical project that needs more entrepreneurial students, or maybe very entrepreneurial that needs the technical part. So it's always a possibility to join a team and become a part of something, which I think it's really important when you're a student, right? To show that you have not only taken the same classes as everybody else, but actually done something that is more tangible and something that you can show for.
And for other international students who are coming with this big idea, what do you recommend? Any advice that you can think of that you wish you had been given maybe even earlier on in your career?
I would say don't wait for perfect conditions, just do it. And share your idea early, even when it look messy or incomplete, because there are loads of people here providing you incredibly support. And the moment you just talk about your idea, you will find mentors, classmates, teammates, researchers come to find you and help you. Yes.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's never too early to book a meeting with us, but sometimes it feels like it's too late, because it could be that, so we're graduating in 2 months and we have this project, and if we could have helped you earlier, it could be, with IP, with patent stuff. So I think if you're just scared to book a meeting because you feel like, as Feiyu, you don't have everything, you shouldn't have everything. We have projects that have been working with us for years and they still don't have everything. You probably will never have everything perfect. So I think it's just can be scary to take the first step in booking a meeting, but we are super nice. We're super casual. There's really no expectations from us. This resources that is Lund University is for the students. It's free, and we are here to help them in their journey. So the best advice would be to book the meeting, talk to people, because you're never going to be too early.
Yeah, perfect. And I know I'm super interested, and I'm sure many of our listeners are very interested. So if we want to keep in touch and follow your journey for SensoryWind,
Yes.
where can we follow your journey?
You have our Instagram and SensoryWind Gym, I think. Yes, I think the name is SensoryWind Gym.
SensoryWind Gym on Instagram, and LU Innovation. How can we follow you guys?
Yes, so you can find the website, of course, LU Innovation, where you can book a meeting and find more information about coming events and what resources we have. We have Instagram and LinkedIn, LU Innovation. So if we want to keep posted on coming events, we have a lot of things happening next year. Follow us.
Yes.
Perfect. And you heard it here first, guys. They don't bite. They're very friendly, and they'd love to meet you. So thank you to both of my guests. It was wonderful getting to know SensoryWind and LU Innovation. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Lund University International Podcast. If you're interested in learning more about Lund University, you can go to our website, lunduniversity.lu.se. You can also follow us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and X, and you can connect with our amazing student ambassadors on Unibuddy. Don't forget to subscribe, and we look forward to bringing you a new episode very soon.